different movies.
Howdy, howlers, or something like that. Welcome to Sako and the Moon doing movie reviews. Now,
it's also what we do. We do a bunch of
it's also what we do. We do a lot of things. We wear a lot of hats.
That's why our tags say that. It's like we're doer of things, wearer of hats. I wear hats all the time. Soon we'll have hats. We'll sell hats, so you can all be wearer of hats. Wearers of hats. And I'll learn how to be the speaker of words here in a little bit. We'll figure that out. I love live.
Yes. So Friday we had an episode with the fabulous, marvelous, JM.
Overall, really dope guy.
Overall, really dope guy, JM Celi. And
it's Italian.
He recommended Bad Moon 1996.
Not me.
Which no,
different
Jamie.
I'm a good moon. I'm a good moon.
Yes.
The movie is a bad moon.
Yeah, no one's judging you.
I feel like I'm being judged. I feel like the entirety of the internet is judging me right now.
Well, if that were the case, they would comment.
Yeah, comment right now. Are you judging me? Do you see me as a bad mood? Or am I a bad mood? Am I?
Oh, yikes.
Okay. We'll see how bad moon I really am.
Okay, so...
Woo ha 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 ha.
Moo ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so we have 4-star system. We go through the theme. We go through production. We go through writing, and we go through characterization. And within those 4 categories, we have 3 like prompts essentially to kind of like get the conversation moving. But we will determine whether each of those categories deserves a star or not. So I guess first we're going to talk about the theme of Bad Moon 1996.
And Jamie, since you recommended this movie, how do you feel about the theme of this movie? What does this movie say to you?
I could never identify a theme if my life depended on it. That was always the part in like English class. They'd be like, "What's the theme?" I'd be like, "I don't know."
Werewolf. Trust the dog. That's what
werewolf kills people is the theme. I don't know.
Trust the dog.
I got maybe heed the dog when the dog, or heed when the dog cries wolf.
Oh, that was good. See, this is why you're such a good writer.
I like that. I like that.
Look at you.
Sometimes I trip over my words a little bit, but
right. But when you have a chance to get them down, that was art. That was
thank you.
Give you some credit on that one. That was good.
Okay.
I got nothing better. I got nothing better.
The tone. I felt like the gore seemed a little out of place.
For a werewolf movie?
For a werewolf movie.
I felt like there wasn't enough killing.
Yeah. It needed to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like either be gorier or
a higher body count.
Yeah.
Kill count, yeah.
Yeah, it needs a higher kill count. Like if you were going to have this, the way that he is framed, the werewolf in general is framed, I feel like he should have been more of a menace. This was a very isolated movie. It was the setting was very closed. Almost isolated to one house in a backyard with a couple of exceptions. But for most of the movie, it's a house in a backyard.
I agree. I think it could have been like a police officer that was nosing around.
Something like he could have gotten loose. It would have been, you know what? It would have been better if he had visited his sister in the city.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Now, and that's if there was, because we'll get into the writing later, but if you were able to take the initial situation that happened in Nepal, I believe it was, and then come over and he's alone in the woods, isolating himself, and then he realizes that that scene got too hot and he had to go visit his sister in the city, and he didn't have the ability to control himself when he switched. Now you have a city full of possible victims. He can go on a rampage in a neighborhood, go rampage in the downtown. He doesn't have to do Manhattan, but Bad Moon does Manhattan. We don't need that movie.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might actually need that. I might actually need that movie. But I feel like the setting held it back a lot.
Instead of like the gore, typical like monster movie kills everybody, I think what they were shooting for, at least I think so, was more of on the suspense side, where they're building up to this confrontation that you know is going to happen. Whether it's between the dog or the sister or whatever, you're building up to it and you're waiting for that other shoe to drop. And then the third act, everything kind of comes together all at once. But you're right. They don't really seed it along the way with gore. They build suspense and build suspense and build suspense, which I think is unusual for a monster movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And I only kind of disagree.
Okay.
Only kind of. Because I see what you're doing. I see what you're talking about. And they are building. There is a build there. But I feel like it's so obvious what's happening. It's less of a suspense and more of a wait. Like, okay, this is going to happen.
Yep.
It's going to come down to Ted versus Thor, round 2, because they do get into it early on. And I am watching how Ted is able to manipulate the circumstances a little bit. And I was kind of wishing that, I guess I want this whole movie turned up a little bit. Like the whole movie, I want it turned up some. I want more manipulation, like really get into the sister's head, right?
Right.
Trick the sheriff, get somebody else on your side. You know what? If they were able to blame the little sales guy, blame him, put the focus on him, let me believe it's him, and then surprise me with the brother. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I know what's coming. I'm just waiting for it to
happen.
Yeah.
But I see how that build can be interpreted the same way you said it just as well.
Yeah. It was definitely a wait. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know it's coming. You just don't. They're just adding to the,
the layers.
The layers of it.
But I wish the layers did more for furthering or
I agree with
or that. Adding more drama to the argument. That's what I wanted more from it.
I'm gonna get more into that in the writing, I think.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there.
Oh yeah, but so how do we feel about the tone or the mood? Like it was one part thriller to one part horror movie, but they were kind of like,
it was almost the same. Like, mind you, it's a 19. Okay, so for the record, it's a 1996 film.
Yeah.
So everything has to be taken with that little bit of consideration. It is a mid 90s film,
and has computer graphics, and has
it's a mid 90s film. So we have to judge it like in context. But the overall mood, I feel like it could have been darker. Do you guys remember the ABC Family movies?
Sure, yeah.
In the 90s? Okay, so for you millennials out there, for you Gen Zers or whatever it is out there, ABC was a network, and they used to do these family-friendly movies every once in a while, so the family who all stayed inside, all paid attention to the same thing, could have like a family moment, have like a safe family movie. This was almost an ABC Family movie. like under the guise of a werewolf monster.
Slightly bloodier than one of those, but
Yeah, it's a step. It's like 2 steps up from a ABC Family movie. Nothing wrong with ABC Family movies, but I feel like there was sometimes the mood was almost confusing because that family. Where's Dad? I think I missed that. Where's Brett's dad? Right, we just got this mom and her kid. Okay, and then we got the brother who pops in. Cool. And it just seems really like, all right, here is what we got. Let it be. I'm curious why there wasn't a father figure there from a character standpoint. Like, would a husband interfere with the brother, his brother-in-law? Would that have been a conflict they didn't want to write?
maybe.
I don't know.
That could have been one for the body count, though. I mean, that
It would have been if it was early on. That
Mhm.
what a better way to manipulate the sister than to kill the husband.
Yeah.
You kill the husband, she's mourning. You're the brother. You're right there to help her and protect her. She would never suspect you.
Yeah.
That's
like
what
that.
I want. What's what I'm
like
talking
that a
about.
lot.
It's those moments that I feel like they're like right there, and they're like, nah.
Yeah.
So the theme, I don't think deserves a star.
I'm in the same boat. I feel like it's okay. I'll do it like this. I don't feel like there's a clean or clear enough message in the theme.
Yeah.
So I'm a lean to Jamie. Can you convince me otherwise?
A theme? If they had one, I have no idea what it is.
That's a no.
But I'm awful at detecting themes. Like someone could read Hamlet to me and say, "What's the theme?" I'd be like, "I don't know."
I still know the theme of
People
Hamlet.
speaking Middle English and stabbing each other. I don't know. That's
yeah.
I don't know. In fact, when I write, I don't really figure out what the theme is until I'm done. Like I don't set up, and I'll be like,
no, I get
kind
that.
of about this. Like I don't like set out with a theme or an idea or a vision. In terms
I
of
get
like,
that. Are you one of the people who would just have like, this is how I wanted to play out, so let me just get there?
Yeah, it was kind of like I wrote Lisa, right? The Unlife
Yeah.
of Lisa Cooper. And then I was kind of like, this is kind of about really humanity underneath it all. And it kind of hit me later.
Yeah.
But while I was
feel
writing it, I wasn't trying to achieve that. I wasn't
No,
like
you
going
knew
for
what
that.
you had a bullet point you had to get to from here to here to here to here to here to here.
Yeah, and then it was
I
kind of
see
an
that, yeah.
afterthought. I was like, so I'm not good at identifying
themes.
I feel you.
Okay. The backstory is that it's based on the book Thor, which is the name of the dog.
I have a comment about that, but I'm saving it for casting.
Yes, me too. So production. Art production. It was a Hollywood sort of art direction, so there was not much to write home about.
I have no okay.
You have no okay?
Okay, hold on.
English very okay now.
For what they were aiming for, I think they achieved what they were aiming for. And the only fair way to judge a film the way we do is if we look at that. Did they achieve what they were aiming for? Not what we wanted, not what we thought it should have been, but did they achieve what they were aiming for? The woods, I liked it. The house, nice and big and spacious. I like that. The campgrounds by the lake where the first attack with the hikers, I liked it. It was a nice clean set. It was what that scene needed to otherwise be. As far as the look, scheme, color grading, all that kind of stuff,
all that stuff.
I have no problem.
Okay.
I have no problem with it. Everything that they were aiming for and shooting for, they nailed it on the head. I will ask you about makeup and props, costume design specifically, How do we feel about the werewolf? Because this is a werewolf movie in the end. How do we feel about the costume of the werewolf?
I mean, this is
There-
1996.
This is 1996.
There was
We have to be fair. This is 1996.
Yeah.
so there was a point where they show the werewolf really messed up after the fight with it, like at the end. And boy, did he look like Gamork from Neverending Story. He does that like
Yeah, with the
and the dark around the eyes and the shadowing and the backlighting and all of that fun happy-go-lucky stuff. I thought the kill scene, especially in the beginning, was unnecessarily long. And
yeah,
There was a lot that was unnecessary in that opening scene.
yeah, we'll get to that probably.
I think it was supposed to set the tone for the movie, and it failed to do so.
Kinda.
I actually disagree with that. Sako.
Oh,
Disagree with that. I don't think
Okay.
it was to set the tone. I think it was okay because everyone else was kind of okay. All right.
all right.
For those, okay. So there's a sex scene in the beginning. All right. They've like finished some journey. They're on the tail end of a journey. I guess they're going home soon. And there's like Ted, his girlfriend Marjorie, and then like some native people. And everyone's just kind of chilling. End of the night, they're done with what they're doing. I think it was to bring down the attention, like just give like a sense of lull to everything, and then like with the monsters, like. So it's we're distracted by how calm and peaceful everyone is, and then there's a monster.
But
I think that's what they were
I think
going.
that's what they're going for. But they could have been having just a quiet conversation in their tent alone. Like I forgot that they opened with that because I hadn't seen the movie in some years, and I'm like, this is just not the tone of the rest of the movie. Like, there's no other sex scene, and in this sex scene,
there's nothing else, and it's like
softcore.
Yeah, and they're
They
okay.
went
So
all in.
fair warning: this was not the ABC ABC Family movie part. This wasn't it. This was a Cinemax movie. Real quick, first 5 minutes, a little bit more Cinemax. Cinemax are right at 11 o'clock, not like the 2 a.m. stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I'm telling on myself, just the 11 o'clock stuff. There is nudity. There is, I guess you can say, graphic depiction of sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
Nothing super hardcore.
It was
like
kind of
people cared about.
Cinemax-y.
Yeah, it was nothing like rough and tumble, but it was like soft and sensual. But it is a sex scene.
And boobs.
There's a whole boob out. There's like a whole, which is weird. I can't. Why would they keep the shirt on for just the? That's the name of the question we're talking about right now.
I guess it's a kink.
Sure. I won't kink shame then.
Fun metamorphosis for the wolf itself.
Yeah, but in this opening scene, this is a scene I want to lean on because this is where a lot of my opinion comes from when it comes to art direction and the makeups and props. Because we have a scene where the werewolf grabs Marjorie and he's just kind of holding her there. That's more about the writing.
Yeah,
we're going to get to that. But he's just kind of gnawing on her, and then we'll pause here and kind of look at how the makeup is there, the scratches, the cut, the little gash open in the neck where he's got. That's good makeup.
It's good makeup.
That's good makeup. That's good makeup. And for 1996, any werewolf is going to look like either an animatronic from Sesame Street gone wrong, or it's going to look like a furry does today. That's just the facts of it.
Yeah,
that's just what it looked like in 1996. So for 1996, my point of that is like what you would have in someone's home in their privacy in 2025 is what Hollywood was working with in 1996.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Not wrong. So being fair, for 1996, this is probably the best that they had.
Yeah, this was peak practical effects for the age. The way
And-
that it growled, and you could see like the snout curl up and the teeth show. That was
that takes a lot in 96.
Yeah.
That takes a lot today.
Yeah.
96 to do that probably took like 10 different people.
Yeah.
Like one guy controlling the head, one guy controlling movements this way, one guy controlling the movements this way, one guy controlling this, one guy controlling this, one guy controlling this. That 1996, that is not easy to do.
Yeah.
So I'll be fair. The makeup looked clean. Why he had to punch her after the
fact? I don't know.
Yeah, that was gratuitous.
He's like, nah. He's done chewed on, not on her for like a minute and a half. And in the one spot, she's got scars everywhere, but not in that one spot. And then he just goes, nah, and just bats it to the ground. That was a little wild. But as far as the makeup and the props, I'm not upset with it.
The Airstream was meant to suggest a silver bullet, which I thought was kind of witty.
Okay. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Airstream, good call. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give him that.
But it was a good use of off-screen sound.
Yeah.
Like they would focus on like the lawyer's face, and then there's the sound of the dog moving underneath the lens.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really smart.
Sound design was pretty good. I mean, for everything that there is a lot for a werewolf movie or any kind of creature feature where you have what you're looking at and what is surrounding you. And you have to be making the audience aware and the characters aware of the things. It's where you get the sound off to the side and the character goes, "What was that?" And then the second character is like, "I didn't hear anything." So you have to have that sound design where it's not so loud that it's obvious to everyone, but not so quiet that everybody misses it.
They did something.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. They did something with the cinematography that I really liked. It was very subtle, and it's right in the beginning when the boy Brett he's playing with Thor. So he's got a ball. They're playing in the front yard. And every now and then they'd show the POV from the dog. Looking through the dog's eyes. Instantly, they let you know in this kind of subtle way, the dog is a character. The dog is one of the cast.
Yes.
So they were telling the viewer what to kind of expect. They don't use that technique again in the rest of the movie because it doesn't advance the story any forward. You already know to expect that Thor is going to be central to the story.
Yeah,
and
that is a prime example of show don't tell.
Yeah.
I will also say that there was one scene where the sister is kind of catching on, and you're looking at so the camera she's in the window, right, on her kitchen window, and she's looking out the window to the Airstream that's in her backyard. So you see the reflection of the Airstream in the glass.
Yeah.
Right. So you see her through the window. You see the Airstream in the window because she's looking at her brother. What you don't see is the camera. And I love when you're able to pull off shots like that with your cinematography. You have a place where, like, anyone like me, like once you start making film, you start looking for all this stuff everywhere.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to look exactly where the camera is and where, like, because you have to on a set. If I'm shooting you guys in a thing outside, is there water nearby? Do I see the crew in the reflection on the water on film? Do I see the cameraman walking past in the reflection on the car that were in the parking lot? Do I see him along the body of the car in the reflection? Do I see him in glass or a mirror passing by on a shop? You have to look for these kind of things on set. So I'm looking for these things in film. And to have that camera in that position for that intentional shot, and you don't see cast, crew, nothing, that's a thumbs up from me. automatic. Like that's good cinematography. That's good editing. That's good planning. That I can't knock that. That has to get its due process. It's due props.
So I am a big fan of there being films within films. Right? So, like, for instance, in the breakfast scene, there is a TV on, like, her little son, Brett, is watching TV while he eats breakfast. And it's a werewolf in London.
Yeah.
From 1935. And he and his Uncle Ted argue about werewolf lore.
Yeah. I have an issue with that.
Actually, the lore that Brett argues that everyone knows about, such as details about silver bullets and wolfsbane, comes from the Wolfman from 1941, and which Kurt Siodmak totally made up.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, technically, all of the lore from all of our creatures that aren't real are all made up. So,
well, of course they are, but are they predisposed lore or not?
Well, I think you have to look at like common lore, and I'm going to get into a lot of this that specific scene when we get into writing. But you have to look at like specific lore from those who are really in it, like really into something, versus common lore. Like our wonderful guest here writes vampires. He's going to be very familiar with vampiric lore. I don't watch a whole lot of vampire stuff. So I'm going to know the has fangs, drinks blood, no sunlight, doesn't sparkle. I'm gonna have that as my gist of lore, and I'm gonna be working on that stake through the heart kind of thing. And that's one of the things that we were talking about in our interview on Friday. If you haven't seen it, go back after this and go watch our interview with James.
There will be a link in the cards. Yeah,
you should go back and look at our interview with Jamie, and you'll hear the question about. It's one of the reasons why I asked you about the lore that you changed in the course of your stories with the Unlife of Lisa Cooper. Pre-order the second one now. And so that I don't have a whole lot of issue with that particular scene. I will note that while that's Werewolf in London, Jenny Jones is playing her here in the kitchen. The talk show host Jenny Jones is playing. You can actually tell it's Jenny Jones because you hear them actually say Jenny Jones from the TV. It says Jenny Jones, and when you look at the TV, it's blurred because I don't think they can actually share that because it's before she gets to breaking news. I just think like, okay, we could have probably just not done that.
Yeah.
Gone with some royalty free stuff, some stuff in the public domain. We could have done something else. Made up a news report. We did that earlier. We made up a news report. We had a whole fake news crew. We could have done that again. And filmed that. We didn't have to go Jenny Jones. But I used to love the Jenny Jones show. And so I'm not super mad about it all. So just throwing that out there. We could have done better on that. Because now you have a fuzzy TV right in the shot. And I think that's weird. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
All right. So a star for production?
I will. I will vote
okay.
For production. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that too. I mean,
because again, for what
it met the bar, met a bar visually.
For what they were aiming for, and for the times, they got what they were going for, and they did it probably as well as they could, given this was 1996.
Yeah.
Finally, we are at writing.
Okay. I usually start off the writing part by giving a synopsis of how this movie, of what the movie was.
Yeah, so, let's go into the plot. Sure.
So pause here if you plan on watching this movie and just skip to the next thing. Don't bother. I'll just tell you about it. So we have this meeting in the poll. They're doing a thing, and it's about done. They're probably going to head home soon. Ted, our lovely brother here, Ted and his girlfriend are celebrating the end of the journey.
As
When a
we'll put
werewolf
it.
attacks, the werewolf kills Marjorie. Poor girl. Kills Marjorie and then bites Ted. So now Ted has been infected with werewolfness. So he moves back home. Time passes. There's dead people in the forest. We meet Ted again, and he's like, I probably gotta go. He calls his sister and his nephew. They come over, have dinner. Everything gets hot. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna roll with y'all. Now he's staying in their backyard, and he's trying to. His hope is that he won't be a werewolf for long. He's like, hopefully, family will help me with this. But the gist of it now is like, he's a werewolf. He's trying to not hurt people and fails. He hurts people, and he fights his arch nemesis, the dog. Which I was going to wait to the next section, and I'm not anymore because I've just waited too long to say it. Why was Thor the best actor of this entire fucking movie?
Primo the dog did a great job.
That dog is the best dog actor I've ever seen in any movie ever. Though his facials were better than the actors' facials. His cues were better than everyone else's cues. That dog is the literal, no hyperbole, no sarcasm, the literal best actor in the entire cast.
Yep.
I don't know what that says.
Though I kind of like the introduction to the door-to-door salesman.
Screw that guy.
Screw that guy, character. And that was meant.
Fun little kid. He was meant to. He set an interesting tone. That character was a good character. Again, that's a different section. Let's skip that for a second. Let's get back to writing. The script itself. Listen, sis, I think we're doing just fine. Okay? Listen to bro, sis. Okay? Sis? You hear me, sis?
I hear you.
Okay. They use sis and bro way too much. Way too much. Say it a couple times, throw it in there every once in a while. We get it. You're related. And I only feel like sometimes you need to remind us that you're related because there was some awkward sexual tension between the brother and sister.
I thought that was just me. I was like, that's part of weird.
So the guy tries to restrain himself as a werewolf. He realizes he's a werewolf. He knows he's dangerous. So he takes an evening run when the sun goes down. He takes handcuffs, like heavy-duty handcuffs with him. He'll handcuff himself to a tree to keep himself from hurting anyone. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to protect other people. The sister finds them, and she seemed way too excited about her brother bringing handcuffs.
Yeah.
Listen.
That wasn't just you.
No, I'm just saying I'm like, what? Okay. Now, after that, I needed you to remind me that they're brother and sister because I would have forgotten.
Her reaction to that was sordid.
It was a reaction. It was definitely a reaction. So I'm taking it, Jamie, that you noticed that too when you watched it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, this is her. It was one of those things where
her reaction.
It was almost like what's her face is like Marjorie's death. Her excitement carried on a little bit too long. Like I could see if she was giving her brother a hard time. Like, what are these? What are you up to? But
like, are you bringing somebody to my house?
Yeah, she kept going with it. She's like, "Oh, tell me about what are you?" And I'm like, "Okay, you need to chill. Like, this is getting
like that's your brother, bro.
Weird now." Like, yeah, exactly.
Like, pause.
Yeah,
so pause. Like, listen, again, I'm not here to yuck anybody's show, but that was. And here's my thing. I don't know if that's in the acting or in the script. It's either in the writing or the portrayal. Either way it goes, that was weird.
I bet it was originally in the script and they just did with it what they could.
And then you have this, and this, I'm nitpicking at this point. I really am. There's an opening scene where they're playing baseball, Brett and Thor. Again, Thor's the dog. Where you could tell that there is a set of movements that Thor has choreographed, right? Like a good acting dog would. And there were some lines. The lines were delivered off. Like he's saying, "Oh, come here, boy," when the dog's already there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like they're playing catch or fetch or whatever, and he's trying to get the dog to come back. The dog's already at him when he delivers the line, "Come back." Okay. All right. Maybe that's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky on that one. But watch those kind of things. Some of the lines they didn't hit the way they think they were intended to.
Right.
And a lot of the dialogue in that opening scene, not the opening scene, but when the wasn't much dialogue there. Those were onomatopoeias. But when we get to the sister and Brett and the salesman, that was the best character exchange in the whole movie.
Yes.
And you wasted in the first 10 minutes. It's a great opening because in this opening scene, he's a con man. That's what he is. He's a con man. He goes around and finds people with animals, and he tries to provoke the animal so that the animal will attack him so he can sue them and make money.
Yep.
He's a con man. It kind of works, and he screws up because he didn't realize the person he was conning was a lawyer. And so you establish a few things in this scene, and that stuff worked out just fine. But that was the strongest bit of writing in the entirety of the movie. Everything else was meh. Like I can't think of a good solid line out of the rest of the movie.
Me either.
Jamie, what do you got?
I don't know that the dialogue was all that strong. I agree with you. And it's tough when you have a child actor because you know what I mean. He was wooden, but I'm not going to blame some kid because he's probably that might have been one of his very first roles. He's learning the craft.
Yeah, fair.
I'd put that more on the director, probably.
I would too. I would absolutely put that the director. The director should have gone for another cut or told the kid, "Hey, if he's walking back before you deliver the line, don't deliver the line."
Yeah. And then
that's the director's job.
And then you have Mariel Hemingway, who's playing the mother. I don't know if you remember her, but she was pretty big in the 80s. She did some stuff in the early 90s. She's Ernest Hemingway's granddaughter. She's a good actress. And I think she just fell into a script that had bad dialogue. And maybe a director that wasn't asking for a couple more takes. But
if I'm not mistaken, so if I read the credits right and I remember this, so this was a novel, right? There was a novel called Thor, and it was adapted for the screen and directed by the same guy. The guy who directed is the guy who wrote it. Okay. I believe that's the case.
I don't recall, but you're probably right. Because you're watching this stuff more than I am, from the cinema.
So apparently, I'm.
I knew you were reading something, Sako. I was waiting for you to jump back in.
I'm looking at the trivia for the movie, and there's quite a bit of it. Her dialogue sucked because she phoned it in.
Clarify.
That's probably you're probably right because she was already a big name actress, and I don't think
she was already a big name actress. She was just doing it for the paycheck.
Yeah, I don't think this wasn't a big movie for her resume. She had a huge. If you IMDb her, you'll see. Phoned it in. I think is a fair analysis. I don't know if we can blame the director, but this was not
No,
something that
you
she
can't
needed
blame. The director is saying that she was a limited actress.
Oh, that hurt me.
I don't know if that's true.
That was.
She's beautiful and athletic and movies and moves well and looks good in the movie. He goes on to say that she was intimidated by Pere because he was there to give a great performance and she was there for a paycheck. So,
I mean, that could be the case, but I mean, you're the director. She's working for you, so you can say, "Let's do another take."
yeah,
Or hire another actress.
or hire another
actress. Yeah.
Now I understand if you're a big name, that's going to do a lot for your movie. It didn't, but it's supposed to on paper. So you get that big name star, so that you get people. Ooh,
it
like
attracted
her.
me to it. Like I remember, I saw this in the theater, and I said, "Werewolf movie, Marilee Hemingway." I'm there,
and that's how that's supposed to work.
Yep,
that's how that was supposed to work, but she didn't give her all.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone more into the casting than we did the writing, but I think that's really indicative of how bad the writing was.
Yeah.
Your best actor was the dog, and the best interacting scene was with a throwaway character.
I would add one more for me. I felt.
Oh, please.
And again, the credit probably needs to go to the dog, than more than anyone else.
The POV is from the dog's POV.
When they were taking Thor away, just watching that scene broke me because it was just awful. You doing that to an animal and dragging him away, and all.
She set that dog up and unfairly.
Well, yeah, that's besides the point. But yes,
but that was the story. But that was the story. This is the writing section. That was it. I'm telling you, nobody acted better than the bloody dog.
Yeah,
because in that scene, that got you right when she's like, "Hey, buddy, do you want to go outside?" And she opens the door, lets him out, closes the door, and then you got like the dog catchers there. The first dog catcher grabs them, and then the second dog,
which are the handlers, actually.
Oh,
right. Yeah. So
heartbreaking. That was the best acting in the entire movie. It was still the bloody dog.
Yeah.
Best fight scene. The fight part, it's the dog.
Oh, well, yeah.
The most intimidating was the dog. That dog gave you some looks. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, dog. No,
all the best scenes were the dog.
It's the bloody dog.
I agree with you. When he's running down the street to save the day.
Oh,
I mean, I was just like, yeah,
All you needed was "I Need a Hero" playing in the background, and you would have had. I would have gave it probably 4 stars just on that. If you just had that dog, had Thor running down the streets of whatever city it was, because there was a cityscape. They just didn't use it for anything good. He's running down the street. He had like, "I need a hero," running down the street.
Yeah.
Like I would have been like, "You go, dog. Go get him. Go get him, Thor." I'd have been like all hyped into it for that alone. That's a damn good song for any kind of climactic. Add that song. It's worth your budget. Get that song for your movie. It's fantastic. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, but
how did we feel about the pacing?
Pacing?
I thought it was like Act 1, Act 2 kind of dragged. And then everything happened in the third act. And I feel like
we needed a hero. We needed a hero.
And we needed a hero. And
the hero was Thor.
And the hero was, in fact, Thor. So I don't think you have to. I don't think it's kind of like Contact in that you don't have to sit through the first 2 acts of the movie in order to understand the third act.
Oh, you did not have to bring Contact into this. The Jodie Foster movie Contact.
Yeah.
You did not have to bring that movie into this.
That movie,
That was-
unless you have watched the whole movie, the ending makes literally no sense.
And even that's debatable. I love Contact. For the record, I love Contact, but Contact is also why I don't like Matthew McConaughey. But we can go into that conversation in something different. But I see your point, though. You're right. You could catch this movie in the third act and be like, "Oh, so the dog's going to take out the werewolf? Okay, save the family? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool." And that's the gist of it. Which means that the rest of the writing was filler for the climax. What are your thoughts, Amy?
I think that's fair. I think they had, like, to your earlier point, where we're talking about body count or increasing the tension of the suspense. I mean, they tell you right away in the very beginning of the movie that Ted is the werewolf. Yeah. And one of the things that I love about a good werewolf movie is that you don't know who the werewolf is.
Yes.
And they took that trope and they were like, "Nah, we're not going to use it." So, you know, as much as I love this movie, and I still love the movie, I got a nod to that point because it was all suspense of waiting for what you knew was going to happen. We all knew. From Act 1, you knew that it was going to be Thor versus the werewolf.
First scene, werewolf. Ted gets bitten. We know he's going to be in trouble. Scene 3, because we got scene 2 where they're in the woods and such. Scene 3, focusing on Thor. Thor is watching out and seeing the charlatan salesperson. Thor, the POV that you pointed out. All right, Thor is a character. He counts now. So we have to now look at what is happening around Thor. Thor is the central character of this whole. I mean, now, in fairness, the book was called Thor. The book is based off of was probably focusing around the dog. That makes a lot of sense.
The POV was from the dog's POV.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the book?
In the book.
Oh, interesting. Now it makes me want to
So
yeah, I wish they'd done that.
For the script to at least try to do the same.
Failed.
Like I kind of got the vibe that yes, it was from the dog's point of view.
A lot happens without the dog just the same. And I feel like if they had focused on just what the dog is, if the dog was doing investigating, right? If this was Lassie, okay? Lassie's a great example of how the dog does a lot of the work in the movie. When you go watch a classic episode of Lassie, the work is with the dog. The dog's like, "Hey, come over here. Come here. It's right there. See this? Do a thing with that." It's like, no. Okay, no, I'm going to go over here because you missed something over here 5 minutes ago. Let me go back and go grab it for you. It's like, "What is this, Lassie? Oh my God, is this the gun?" Like, it's those kind of things. Sure, the humans are piecing it together, but Lassie's doing all the work. Thor didn't even get the opportunity to do all the work.
Yeah,
there wasn't a mystery to this. Like Jamie was saying, there's no mystery to this. We know that Thor's our top character, and before that, we knew that Ted was the werewolf.
Yeah.
I even watched it again to think that did I miss something? Was there more of a mystery that I had missed? I think I fell asleep the first time I was watching. I was watching it late at night.
Okay.
I was watching it late. That's why I fell asleep because I already had a busy day. But yeah, I think that's it. Missed elements that would have driven the story and given a purpose to the first and second act.
Plus, wasn't this about an hour and a half?
Yeah, an hour 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 80-something minutes.
So they probably had a runtime problem where they were like, "We need to make this movie longer," and it just felt like they might have crammed some filler into it because
this would have been a great short film.
Yeah, because really the only necessary bits were like right in the beginning, maybe the introduction to Thor. You know, the sister goes and meets the brother out by the lake. He comes over, they talk. There's a little bit of suspense. They drop some hints. You know what's going to happen. And then the third act, bang, that's it. You don't even need, as much as the salesman, the con man was such an interesting character, you don't even need that guy. They could cut out tons and tons of stuff.
You could have introduced the werewolf blindly, and then you could have had introduced the sister and son, then had a random call from her brother, saying, "Hey, sis, I need just a place to chill. Can I come to you?" And then next thing you know, like I said, have a father character, have the father mysteriously go out and then get hurt or whatever, or the neighbor gets hurt, or stuff happening around the family, and it all traces back to as soon as your brother got here, things started going south. Hearing about this werewolf attack somewhere else is like, man, that's a weird thing to happen right before your brother got here. And then the dog is trying to give you a warning the whole time. And then next thing you know, it climaxes to the brother's a werewolf. You see the transformation because you need a transformation scene.
Yeah.
You see the transformation. You get Thor. They go bump heads. Someone wins, someone doesn't. Fantastic. That's a short film. That's 30 minutes.
There were a couple of things that bothered me in the you ever watch Screen Pitch? No, Screen Pitch with Ryan George.
Mm-mm.
He kind of nitpicks movies and stuff like that. And he brings up these little tidbits of like, what were they thinking with this writing examples? And one of them, and this, we've seen this trope before, where some innocent dog gets blamed for hikers being mauled, right? This isn't the first time we've seen that. And I think to myself, when you have someone torn apart like Marjorie or that guy that was like with the trees,
yeah, no
German Shepherd is going to do that to anybody. And have the police come by and go, "Oh, your dog might have been a near." Like, no, there's no dog that can do that. And then there was one other one that really I thought was kooky. When she's in the trailer, right? The sister's in the trailer going through his journal and stuff like that, and she finds this photo. There's a photo of Marjorie's dead body.
Yeah.
And I'm
Who
thinking,
took that photo?
Yeah, like, okay, so your girlfriend just got slaughtered by a monster. You killed the monster. You've been scratched by the monster.
Then you grab a Polaroid.
And then you grab your camera and take a picture of her corpse. Like, what?
Now, it could have been case. I try to write it off as.
And then you get it developed.
Case photos.
1996.
And then you get it developed.
Yeah. Right?
And they gave you the pictures.
The guy at Rite Aid is sitting here like,
he doesn't have a dark room in his Airstream. So
above my pay grade.
Right. I was assuming that those were case pictures. Like, there was like an investigation. It was in the poll, right. But I'm assuming that there was some sort of investigation, and these were like police photos or something.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, if that was the case, it would be a fifth. Why would he lie about it? Because he lies. He lies and says that his girlfriend left him.
Yep.
And then that's what tips the sister off, because he lies about he's like, oh, she left me. I need a place, I'm by myself, whatever. And then it's like, oh no, this bitch is dead. Like, she's been mauled. And I read the journals like, ooh, it sounds like you did it. He didn't, but it sounds like it. Now, right. I was having this thing where I missed a part at some point. I don't know what I missed. But I was thinking, because he had this really weird interaction with Thor, Ted did throughout the course of the movie. I'm like, is there something supernatural about Thor we don't know? Now that will come up at the end. I was hoping that like he would transform into somebody and they'd have a battle or something. I'm like, can Thor have something else? Because otherwise, I got nothing in this movie. It's just Ted's the werewolf, and then like, is he gonna kill his family? Is he? Can he control himself? What's happening here? Like, what's going on? Is this big, bad, mystical werewolf going to be taken out by a German Shepherd?
Right.
Apparently so.
A group of humans, no match. German Shepherd. That's your kryptonite.
That's your kryptonite.
That and a shotgun, which, or a revolver. Did he get they're a revolver.
The Saturday night special that she had. Yeah.
Trying to use on a Tuesday morning. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the writing.
Okay, so the writing, we're gonna say no star.
Jamie, what are your thoughts? You're the guest here.
The writing was not strong. It's guilty pleasure vampire.
It is guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure werewolf. Squishiness. that you can watch and go, cool werewolf movie. The big fight and the climactic showdown between the dog and I love the ending. I really do love how the dog tracks him into the woods and he's changed back to a human. And now he's
and then he sees it. He starts seeing all the clothes, and he's like,
you follow
like,
the trail. And
if the dog had lines,
and he's
if
like,
the dog had lines, he'd have been in the woods. He'd be like, shit.
Yeah.
He would have ran back to save the family.
I want there to be the buttons.
Like,
Say again?
Buttons that they give dogs so that they can speak.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Werewolf.
It's Ted. It's Ted. It's Ted.
Yeah.
I know it's Ted. No, bitch. It's Ted. It's Ted.
No.
Run. It's Ted. Run.
But no, I really can't give a star to the writing. It's not I don't think they took a lot of great use of the time they had to tell the story.
That's 80s, what, like 86 minutes or something like that. Hold on, I got another browser right here.
An hour and 20 minutes. So 80
minutes.
80 minutes. Yeah.
80 minutes. That was, you did not need 80 minutes to tell the story they told.
Yeah,
maybe. There was a lot of filler, a lot of back and forth, and a lot of waiting.
It could have been
a lot of weird interactions. A lot of, like, when the door-to-door salesman comes back with like a little hatchet.
Yeah, who would do that?
And so he's like, I'm gonna be the bad guy, and then
he's holding like a rusty hatchet, like a butcher's, like a cleaver. A cleaver. I couldn't get that word for nothing. He has a rusty cleaver, and it might have been just dark. I don't know. It was a cleaver in one hand and a stake in the other. It's like, come on, I'm gonna get you. And then the werewolf just pops up behind him. He's like, oh, good doggy. And then gets mauled by the werewolf. Now, here's the other thing. Like, there are so many reasons why you shouldn't have blamed Thor, Mr. Sheriff Man. But you said that he was found near the property, which means off the property. He was mauled in a way that even the sheriff said it wasn't quite as bad, but still pretty bad. Like a big animal had to do this. Like your little German Shepherd must have been it. Don't worry. He would have been protecting you in your home. You're legally safe. But you might want to look for a new pooch. I'm like, dude, like, what is Thor gonna do? Maul him outside the house and then drag him like a quarter mile out the property? Just little Germans.
Yeah,
that's not how that works, sir.
So characterization.
I think we've already ripped the characterization and the casting apart.
I love the dog.
The dog is the literal, but ladies and gentlemen,
I'm willing to give it a star if for no other reason than the dog.
Oh, that's harsh. That's heavy.
I agree with her though.
I'm trying to not agree with her, and I'm having a hard time. I'll say that.
For Primo the dog, the German Shepherd, totally slayed it. And
okay, let me just say this: as far as the point of view is concerned, that's the point of view of the dog. There should have been more point of view of the dog. Should have been more.
I agree.
There should have been more.
I hear the book is more so from the point of view of the dog.
And then as far as like consistency and evolution, there wasn't one. It wasn't like okay, for example,
that was a Jekyll and Hyde sort of situation.
If Ted had come, I thought there was a shorter period of time between the events in Nepal and the time that they got there. It was like at least 3 months based on the journal entries. So he's already been werewolfing for a grip. If he had only been werewolfing for like a week or so, and he was becoming the werewolf over time and trying to find a way to stop it and fix himself or whatever, hold himself down before the real transformation like happened or whatever, I feel like that would have been an evolutionary kind of thing that would have really helped this story out. There are so many things that the three of us have discussed here that would have remade that we could have done this movie a lot better than the three of us could. All that said, I can't argue with you. The dog was fucking dope. He was that dope though. Like I am disappointed. I am so categorically disappointed in the rest of this cast. I'll give a pass to the child actor, like Jamie was talking about.
He gets the pass.
I'll
Ted tried to act circles around Hemingway, but it didn't quite get.
Even he didn't seem menacing. He just sounded like annoyed. Like he was just like, the dog sells this movie. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this review and you want to know whether or not you need to go to Tubi and watch this movie, without the dog, you'd be asking Tubi for your money back. Tubi's a free service. You'd be asking Tubi for your money back if it wasn't for this bloody dog. You're like, okay. The dog is like, okay, this is phenomenal acting on the. Listen, I know we're talking about this dog like we're like just members of PETA, great dog lovers. I'm not that big of a fan of animals myself. I like them just fine over there. I love my stepdogs; they're great. But shout out to Evie and Sloan. But I can't. This dog though, this dog. Primo is his name. The dog's actual
Primo
name.
is his actual name.
A primo dog. He is a damn fine actor. I would cast Primo in whatever movie. That was 30 years ago. I doubt Primo's still with us. But I want to know what other movies Primo was in, because that movie has to be grade A, because Primo's acting was indeed Primo. Like, that was the best dog actor I've ever seen him. He was the literal best actor in this movie. Yeah. If you've seen Bad Moon or you decide to go and watch it after the fact, come back to the comments section.
Oh, wow. The user reviews actually dropped from the last time I...
If you get a chance to see this movie, come back to this and tell us in the comments how you feel about the dog.
Okay, so
matter of fact, just comment, "We love Thor." Just go ahead in the comments right now. Just say "We love Thor." Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and say "We love Thor," because you will love Thor. Watch the movie for Thor. Watch the movie. I will concede. I will concede, and I will give it a star for characterization.
So that means, all right. So a star for characterization. That means we have 2 stars.
Yeah.
2 out of 4 stars.
And to be very clear, let's be very, very clear about something. Do we score this on a lot of things that were like technically weird or right? Sure. That does not negate how fun of a movie this can be. Yeah. Okay. Listen, when it comes to our reviews or anyone's review for that matter, if you get a chance to just watch that movie, go ahead. You're probably still going to like it. There are some low score movies that we have from our show that are still great watches. Technically, and one of my favorites is VelociPastor. I absolutely love VelociPastor. I will make anybody who watches this movie with me watch VelociPastor, because it's such a great movie and it's cheesy as shit. Like, there is no other way of saying it. This is a categorically not great movie, production wise. So much fun. It is so much fun. And I am like pins and needles waiting for Scream 7 and VelociPastor 2. Like, when those 2 movies hit, one comes out in February, and then whenever VelociPastor 2 is coming out, I am right there. I will pay top dollar to see VelociPastor 2. As terrible as VelociPastor is, technically, it's so much fun. So please don't let whatever we're saying about this movie or any other movie convince you not to watch it. Actors did their thing. Someone wrote and produced a movie. Right, making a movie is not easy. Writing a book,
No, it's not.
publishing a book is not easy. None of these things are easy things to do. The crew, the casting, like we gave it credit for its cinematography, its art direction, its makeup and props. Those people did a great job. They worked really hard to get that movie done. They still deserve your watch, even if it's on Tubi, even if it's free, even if the dog is the only good actor in the entire thing. It still deserves your attention. It still deserves your watch. You should still watch these movies and form an opinion yourself. If you've watched Bad Moon and you think that we're completely off base, let us know in the comments. That's what the comment section is open for. Put it right there. Tell Moon, you're a bad Moon for judging this movie as hard as you did. Tell me. I'm cool with that. Tell me I screwed up. Go ahead. I'll listen. I'll reply in the comments.
Okay. Yes.
So before we go, Jamie, do you want to let the people know where they can find you and tell us a little bit more about Lisa Cooper?
Sure. Yeah. The easiest place to find me is on jmceli.com. That's jmceli.com. You'll find the link to all my socials there, but I also have a YouTube channel. So if you want to go to YouTube and just type in JM Celi, you'll find me there too. Lisa Cooper is available. The Unlife of Lisa Cooper, if you're into vampire action and adventure and a really cool dog. Talking about cool dogs, I got one. It's available anywhere that you like to buy your books. So if you want to go to Amazon, if you want to support your local indie bookstore, if you want to go to bookshop.org, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you want to go, you can order my book.
Fantastic.
Super sweet. All right.
Sako, what we got going on Friday?
So on Friday, we are going to be visited by Renmelian Anna Maria
Salvaggio?
Salvaggio?
Renmelian's fine.
Renmelian.
We'll do the whole name. We'll do the whole. Apparently it's me in Italian names. The thing that's apparently
it's an Italian name thing.
I mean,
yeah.
I like pasta. Does that work? Like, no, doesn't count for anything. Okay, cool. Anyway,
but she's going to be she's coming to talk about fairy lore and how that influences her spooky stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, join us on this channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell because it's going to be at a different time. We're going to be like 11 o'clock that day. So hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we go live. Hit like, subscribe, join Jamie's channel. Subscribe to his channel. I just did.
Oh,
so join his YouTube so you can catch all the stuff that he does. Catch me and Sako on the things, and I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Right,
thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you on Friday.
Yeah, do the things. Be cool.
Do 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 do.